Alright, let's look at the practice exam 2, problem number 6. Alright, let's determine where this function f of x is continuous. Alright, so if you look at the inside function, this guy is a polynomial function. It's a quadratic function. So it's continuous everywhere, so there's no problem with that. But there's a square root around it, which requires this function to be non-negative. So it cannot take a negative value, so it has to be non-negative. Alright, so let's solve that inequality. Alright, so I'm going to factor out that quadratic function. I think it's going to factor out as x plus 2. Right, and x minus 3. Right, so we want this guy to be greater than or equal to 0. Right, so let's find the zeros of this function. So you have x plus 2 times quantity x minus 3. Right, so since we're looking for 0, so we just set that equal to 0. So zeros are negative 2 and a positive 3. Right, so in order to solve this inequality, we're going to do a number line. Right, so use these zeros, negative 2 and a positive 3 for tick marks. Right, so we know that the quantity is going to be 0 there because those are the zeros. Right, so let's look at this quantity. Let's see, anything less than negative 2, I'll try negative 3. And between negative 2 and 3, I like 0. Bigger than 3, I like 4. Right, so let's determine the sign. So if you're applying a negative 3, so that would be negative there. Right, and negative 3 minus 3, that's still negative. So negative times negative is positive here. Right, then I'm gonna erase that. Alright, let's try 0. So if it's 0, then 0 plus 2 is now positive. Right, 0 minus 3 is negative. Positive times negative is negative. So we indicate that. Alright, erase this. Alright, how about 4? So if 4 plus 2 is positive, and 4 minus 3 is positive. So positive times positive is positive. Alright, so we got that. Alright, since we want to have greater than or equal to 0, so we are taking this interval right here. And also this interval right there. Right, so we know that f is continuous, so therefore f is continuous on this interval. So it's starting from negative infinity all the way up to 2. Right, since there's equality here, I'm going to actually include 2. And also on, actually, maybe I'll just do this. On, starting from 3, then I'm going to use a square bracket because I want to include 3, all the way to positive infinity. Right? So that's the intervals where this function is continuous. Right? That's it. I hope that this was clear.